Holy moly, that looks so pigmented. Whatever you're doing, stop now and go get this blush. Does anybody else feel like it's so satisfying to just dig into makeup? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. So this is the third video, I believe, in my declutter series. I've done my bronzers, concealers, but this is my blush declutter. I'm going to swatch all of them for you and give you like mini bite-sized reviews just in case you are interested in any of these products. So I'm going to be decluttering products that are old or expired. If they're expired, I'm going to have to toss them and recycle what I can. If they are just a shade or formula that doesn't work for me, I will be passing them along to friends and family. So if you like declutters, definitely give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And without further ado, let's go ahead and declutter these blushes. Okay, I'm not going to go in any particular order. I'm just going to grab randomly. So the first one that I see here is this Milani Rose Powder Blush. This one is in the shade Coral Cove. I love this color for summertime and springtime. It really wakes up your complexion, especially if you have a fair to light complexion like I do. It's like a neon orange, but it looks really fresh and natural somehow on the skin. I do really enjoy this formula in this color, so I'm going to be keeping this one. Another one of my favorite drugstore blushes are these Healthy Hue blushes from Almay. I have mine in the shade, 200 So Peachy. It's a powder blush, but it almost looks like a cream on the skin because it just melts right in. And it has a really natural glow. It's not shimmery or metallic, but it doesn't look flat matte on the skin, so it just looks like it's perfectly named. It looks super healthy on the skin. Okay, sorry if the lighting changed. I had to turn the overhead light off because I felt like it was casting weird shadows. So hopefully this is not too dark. Back to the Almay Healthy Hue blush. I am going to keep this one. Love the formula. It feels like a high-end blush. Another keep is, of course, my Juvia's Place Blush Rouge Volume 4 Duo. I don't really even think I need to say anything because if you watch my videos, you will know how much I love this blush. This bubblegum pink is so perfect. Just brightens up your complexion. This one looks intimidating, but it actually, if you just go in with a light hand, it adds the perfect pop to the cheeks. This formula is so creamy, smooth, not too pigmented to where you feel afraid to apply it. It builds up really nicely. It's never patchy. It blends out perfectly. So I'm going to keep this one. One that I'm unfortunately going to have to declutter is this cloud paint from Glossier. I love the formula. It's super pigmented, easy to blend, and looks really natural on the skin. It dries down so it's not sticky, and it lasts a really long time. Unfortunately, this color is just not one that I reach for that often. It's a really vibrant orange. So if you have a deeper complexion, I feel like this would be gorgeous on you. This is in the shade Dawn. As you can see, it is super pigmented, and it's a really gorgeous burnt orangey color. I think this will look gorgeous on my sister. She has a more rich, deeper complexion than I do, and I think this will look fabulous on her. I've been hanging on to this for a long time because I love the formula so much, but I just never wear this color. So I'm going to pass it along to someone who will get more use out of it. A newer one to my collection is this Halo Glow Beauty Wand from e.l.f. This is very similar to the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Wands, her blush wands in Pinkasm specifically. This one is in the shade Rose You Slay. It gives like a really radiant, healthy flush to the cheeks. It's very glowy, but it does dry down so it's not sticky on the cheeks. And because it is newer, I am going to keep it, although I do find the formula to be a little bit more finicky and tricky to work with than some of my other cream and liquid blushes. But again, I'm going to keep it because it's new and I do enjoy the color. This 4-in-1 Mega Creams palette from Undone Beauty is gorgeous. I love the versatility. I love the colors. I love how much product you get. The pan size is huge. I will be keeping this. It's newer, so it's definitely not expired, and I enjoy the formula a lot. Another cream that I will be keeping is this Higher Standard Satin Matte Cream Blush. I have mine in the shade Inspire. I love this formula. It dries down to a very almost powdery finish. So again, it doesn't emphasize texture. It doesn't leave your skin feeling sticky or greasy, and it lasts longer than almost any of my other cream blushes. I'm definitely interested in picking up more colors eventually. I've had this one for a while, so I feel like within the next couple months it's probably going to be expired, unfortunately, so I want to get some use out of it because I feel like the color will be perfect for summertime. A liquid blush that unfortunately has expired is this blush from Bite Beauty. This was in the shade Melon Mojito and is their Daycation Whipped Blush. Unfortunately, Bite Beauty is no longer a brand, so I cannot repurchase, which kind of stinks because I really did enjoy this blush. I know it had mixed reviews, especially with like the little weird applicator, but the color of this was just perfect for the summer. Such a gorgeous tan orangey color with a little bit of sparkle and sheen but not glitter. Made your cheeks look so healthy and like just sun-kissed. But again, I've had this for a couple years now, and creams usually go off after about a year or so, so I should declutter it, even though it breaks my heart because I love this blush so much. A definite keep is this Face Off liquid blush from Hard Candy. If you know, you know. I talk this thing to death on my channel. This is in the shade Born Yesterday. Just the most gorgeous everyday bubblegum pink. It looks intense, but when you sheer it out, it looks so natural. And it's glowy, but not too glowy. It's not as glowy as like the e.l.f. Halo Glow blushes. It's more natural than that. So I just love it. I think it's so gorgeous, and I am definitely going to be keeping and repurchasing when I run out. Two that I'm going to have to unfortunately declutter as well are these putty blushes from e.l.f. I loved these when I had them. Such a gorgeous formula, very buildable. I love the colors, Bali and Turks and Caicos, which is the more peachy one, and Bali is the more pinky one. But unfortunately, they have just gone off and they look really gross in the packaging, so I'm going to have to toss these. Another keep is this water blusher from Undone Beauty. I have mine in the shade 270 Raspberry. I love the color of this. It's perfect for like that cold girl makeup look, and it kind of stains your cheeks, so it's very long wearing, and also it feels really cool on application. It almost feels like cold, like you literally are applying cold water to your face. So love these. They do dry down quickly, so you have to work to blend them very quickly, or else it can get a bit patchy and hard to work with, but I love them because they're long wearing, and honestly I just love the way they feel when I apply them. Okay guys, so you might notice that there is a lighting and setting change. That's because it is actually the next day. Things just got crazy around the house, so I had to put the decluttering on hold, but we are here, we are back, and we are going to finish this up. So let's continue. The first one I see here is from Physicians Formula. This is the Strawberry Jam Powder Blush. When I first bought it, it had a bunch of little strawberries on the top. You can see the remnants a little bit, but once you swirl your brush in, they do disappear, unfortunately. This is a newer blush to my collection. I was a little bit disappointed when I found out that it was like such a small amount of product compared to how big the packaging looks, and this was around $8, I think. But the texture of this blush is so velvety. It literally feels like you're touching velvet. It's so smooth and buttery and creamy. It also has a little bit of a sheen to it, so it's not a flat matte on the skin, which looks super healthy and natural. And as you can see, it's very pigmented, so you can build it up for a more intense look, and I do think it would work on deeper complexions as well. So I'm going to go ahead and keep this one. Another definite keep is my jelly blusher. This is the Juicy Pink Jelly Blusher from Apu. It's a dupe for the MAC Glow Play blushes, that squishy sort of bouncy texture. I won't stay too long on this because I've talked to death about it on my channel, but it is a definite favorite, so I'm definitely going to be keeping. One that I'm going to get rid of because it has expired, unfortunately, is this Rare Beauty blush. This one is in the shade Bliss. I purchased this a couple years ago when they first launched, and I really did love it. It's the perfect peachy pink. It's really pigmented, but it lasts so well on the cheeks, so I did love it while I had it, but it is all separated and gross now. When I open it, like, it all just comes out in oily bits and things, so it's gonna have to be put to rest. I'm going to keep both of my powder blushes from Benefit Cosmetics. I have Willa, which is a newer shade, and Dandelion. Willa is a really nice mauve-y rose tone, and Dandelion is a very, very soft baby pink. So here is Willa and Dandelion. And as you can see, both of these have a little bit of a sheen. They have almost a satin finish on the skin, so they're not super powdery or matte as well, which I enjoy. I have two of these Flower Pots powder blushes from Flower Beauty. I'm going to keep this one in Spice Petal and pass along this one in Sweet Pea. It's a really unique lilac-y color, but every time I wear it, I just feel like it doesn't look flattering on my skin tone. And then Spice Petal is more of a warm nude, so it just pairs really well with like a more bold eye, or if you want like a summer bronzy look. These are really pigmented and easy to blend. they do have more of a true matte finish on the skin. So Spice Petal is here and Sweet Pea is here. I'm going to keep my Instinct liquid blush from Half Caked Beauty. This is an indie brand and I love this formula. This is in the shade Maybe Baby. Just the perfect baby doll pink. So as you can see, I've used up quite a bit of this one. So I am going to keep this one because it's not super old, but I do have a backup ready because I love this formula so much. So I'm going to keep both. Another keep is this super dewy liquid blush from Makeup Revolution. The name is deceiving because it's actually more matte on the skin than dewy. It's not really dewy at all, but I do enjoy the formula a lot and I really like this color. Ooh, squirted out weird there, but this should still be good because it's not super old. It's a really pretty corally pink, so I think this will be perfect for the summer, super vibrant and fresh on the cheeks. A liquid blush that I am going to pass along is this Milani liquid blush. This is their Cheek Kiss in the shade 120 Pink Flirt. There's nothing terribly wrong with this formula. The color is pretty, it blends out nice. It's not patchy, it just isn't the most long wearing formula. I love the color and the texture is beautiful. It always fades so quickly on my cheeks. So I am just going to pass it along to someone that I feel like will get more use out of it, because with all of my blushes, I'm just going to reach for other things that I know are going to stay put a little bit longer. But someone who might not care about longevity as much might really enjoy this because it is a really beautiful color. Speaking of longevity, one that I was disappointed in was this Nude Sticks Nudies Matte All Over Face bronzer color. I think it's technically a bronzer color, but I use it as a blush. Ugh. This one is in the shade Beach Babe. I thought this would be, oops, that's the wrong side. I was hoping this would be like the perfect summer blush to just give you like that sunburnt look, and the color is spot on. It's like a terracotta, brownish red. Love the color. It is exactly what I was hoping for. It just doesn't last on my skin. It fades so quickly. I don't know if I'm the only one with this problem, because I know these are sort of like a cult classic. Everyone loves these, and I love the color. I just feel like it fades within like a couple of hours. So I'm going to keep it because it is new, but I don't think I would purchase any more colors, unfortunately. I'm going to keep this Ulta Beauty Flushed Blush. This one is in the shade Cotton Candy. Really pretty ballerina pink. It's a smooth powder, but it does have a little bit more kick up. It's similar to the Physicians Formula, where if you swirl your brush in, you're going to get a little bit of a powdery kick up, but it blends out really nicely on the cheeks, and it is pretty pigmented, so you can build it up for a more vibrant blush look if you so desire. It doesn't have any sparkler glitter, but it does leave a nice healthy sheen on the cheeks, which I enjoy, so I'm going to keep this one. The last time I was at the dollar store, I saw these blushes, which I had never seen before. LA Colors has a cream gel blush, which is new and exciting, and I wanted to pick up a color to test out the formula, because if you can get a good cream blush for $1.25, I mean, heck yeah. And then I also saw this blush from Ioni, and the packaging just stopped me in my tracks because it's so psychedelic and just artistic. I love the packaging, and I do like their lashes. So I thought their makeup could be really good too, and it feels really buttery and smooth. So I'm excited to test these out. I haven't tried any of them yet. I'm saving it for an upcoming video, but holy moly, that looks so pigmented. Really pretty. So stay tuned, subscribe if you want to see these in action. Gonna keep these. Gonna keep the blush from Essence. These are amazing blushes for, I believe, around $3. Very pigmented, very smooth. There's not a lot of kick up, but you do get a very smooth application, and this one is in the shade Befitting. Going to keep my M Cosmetics So Soft blush stick in the shade Lychee. This is a good formula. It's very pigmented, very easy to blend, just like the bronzer stick. It's not my favorite cream blush formula. It's just a bit too glowy for the center of my face. It emphasizes my pores and any texture I have a little bit too much for my taste, but I do love this color, and it's not so terrible at emphasizing texture that I feel like I need to get rid of it. So I'm gonna keep it a little bit longer because I just hate decluttering expensive products that aren't like terrible, because then I feel like I just wasted my money completely. So I'm gonna keep this, but it's just okay. I have 2 of these cream blush lights from Melt Cosmetics. I have Golden Hour and Pink Sand. I really enjoy this formula as well. It feels very wet when you put your finger in. As you can see, it's really easy to maneuver. It's not something very dry or moussey or like powdery. This definitely is a true, very emollient cream. But I love the slight shimmer they have. It's more of a pearlescence. It's not a glitter or anything like that. This one is more of a blush highlighter hybrid, and I really do love the way it looks on my cheeks. Just because of the nature of the formula, it's not going to smooth over texture, but if I am going to have something that's not going to be particularly smoothing and might emphasize my pores a little bit, I want it to have some glow, a little bit of oomph. If it's just sort of a regular satiny cream and it doesn't give me this glow, but it's still emphasizing my texture, then I just feel like, what's the point? So if it's something this gorgeous and it has more of this highlightery effect, then I don't mind as much. And I do find these to be pretty long wearing considering how creamy and emollient they feel. Pink Sand is not as reflective as Golden Hour, but it's still very creamy and juicy on the skin. So I actually really like this formula. I know a lot of people don't talk about it, but I'm a fan. Does anybody else feel like it's so satisfying to just dig into makeup and swatch things? Sometimes if I'm feeling a little bit blue, I'll just go down to my makeup room and just start like swatching eyeshadows and glitters and blushes, and it just elevates my mood. I don't know if I'm the only one or if I'm weird, but there's something about feeling the textures, seeing the colors that just brings me joy. So this is so much fun for me. I hope you guys know. Whatever you're doing, stop now and go get this blush because it's literally under $5 and it is amazing. This is the jcat blush mallow in Sweet and Chic. The color looks intimidating, but trust me when I say that it shears out to the most gorgeous flush on the cheeks. It's very thin and moussey. It's a little bit bouncy and it dries down almost instantly to that powdery finish, which I really love because again, it's going to be very long wearing. If you have more normal to even oily skin, I think you would like these. If you're afraid of creams because they are more difficult to work with, they're too dewy, they're too emollient, try this because it's pretty foolproof and the color is just amazing. I'm obsessed with this formula. It's so long wearing. Go get this. I have one Heaven's Glow powder blush from M Cosmetics, and this one is in the shade Magic Hour. It's sort of like a luminoso big sister. It's that peachy pink with some golden shimmer. The pearl in this one is more refined than in luminoso, but if you want a similar effect, I would get the Milani blush for a fraction of the cost. I believe this is like $40. I do really enjoy this blush. It's a baked formula, so it's so smooth and seamless on the skin. It feels more dry and hard to the touch, but it's not dry or chalky on the cheeks. And when you work it in, it just melts into your skin and looks to be one with the skin because it is such a thin formula. So it is beautiful. I do like it. I don't know if I would repurchase because I feel like I could get a similar effect with Milani, but I will keep for now. Last but not least, we have this little bite-sized face duo from e.l.f. This is in the shade Watermelon. It comes with the blush and the highlighter. I honestly never use the highlighter, but I really do like this blush formula. It feels way more creamy than you would expect for a $3 little blush. It doesn't really look like a watermelon to me. Honestly, I feel like they put the wrong sticker. I thought this was in the shade Lychee, but I could be wrong. Regardless, the shade is the perfect nudie mauve dusty rose blush, so I am going to keep this. Alright guys, I did not do very well with this declutter, I will say, but I wasn't aiming to do a particularly cutthroat declutter today. I just wanted to weed out some of the really old blushes I knew had gone off. Didn't do the best, but I hope you still enjoyed all the little swatches and mini reviews and whatnot. So let's count up all the blushes that I'm going to keep. Okay, so I'm going to be keeping 26 blushes, but I feel good about this collection. All of these blushes I enjoy. I love the formulas, I love the colors, so I'm happy, and I know that they will all be able to be rotated and used on a regular basis because I don't feel overwhelmed by my choice. So I'm going to go ahead and put them back in this little bin. Okay, so this is the finished curated blush collection. I feel pretty good about this. I still have a lot of options, but again, I don't feel super overwhelmed, and I feel like I can get a good sense of what I have just by sort of glancing in here. These are the blushes I'm going to be tossing because they have gone off, and these are the ones I'm going to be passing along to family and friends. So I'm only getting rid of 7, and I'm keeping, what, 26? So not the best declutter. But again, I hope you guys enjoyed hearing my thoughts, seeing my blush collection, and getting some swatches. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I don't know which way on the camera. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see some more declutters and product reviews, makeup tutorials, all that good stuff. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, and I just feel like all of you guys are my friends and we can just sit and chat about makeup, so it's so much fun. I love you guys, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye.